Hello viewers, how are you? Welcome to my channel Physics with Rams. So today we are going to discuss about elastic potential energy of a wire. So this is the fourth video in this topic, mechanical properties of solids. So those who didn't watch my previous videos, please watch my previous videos so that you can clear your concepts as well as you can solve as many numericals as you can. Let's start this topic. Elastic potential energy of a wire. Here we know that elasticity is represented as the ratio of stress by strain. Stress by strain, where stress is nothing but here it is the deformation force applied on the body, either along the longitudinal way or aerial way or volumetric way, whereas strain is nothing but the restoring force acted by the body to gain its original dimensions, that is being represented as a strain. From this here we can represent as stress. Stress is equals to elasticity into strain, where this elasticity can be represented based on any modulus, either it might be Young's modulus, bulk modulus or rigidity modulus, based on the deformation of the body. For this here I am going to consider a wire of length L. By applying a deforming force in the downward direction, this wire has been extended. As the wire is being extended, the work done by the deforming force is stored in the form of energy within the wire. Means the molecules present in the wire will gain that energy. As they gain that energy and the deforming force is removed, automatically the wire tries to regain its original shape. That energy which is being stored in the wire is known as potential energy, or we can also represent it as strain energy or potential energy. Potential energy or strain energy, nothing but energy stored in the wire due to deforming of the wire, either in the longitudinal way or aerial way or along the volume way. So here we are going to represent the expression for elastic potential energy by considering Young's modulus, where Young's modulus is represented as a longitudinal stress by longitudinal strain, where longitudinal stress is equals to force acting per unit area, nothing but F by A by strain is nothing but change in the dimensions, where change in the dimension is represented by E by original dimension L. Then the expression can be represented as Y is equals to F L by AE. So this is expression given for Young's modulus. From this expression we can represent the expression for force. Observe that F is equals to, I am going to bring this AE towards this side, Y A E by L. F equals to Y A E by L. Now let us consider a wire of length L. Deforming force is being applied on the wire in the downward direction and the upper end is fixed to rigid support like this. As the deforming force is applied on the wire extends in the downward direction. and the extension is represented as E. Extension is represented as E. So here we have to consider this force. So why? Because we cannot say that the force acting on the wire is a constant force, because here I am not going to apply the force directly. Slowly we will increase the force. Initially we will apply small amount of force, and we observe that any extension is there in the wire. After that we will increase the force, again we will increase the force. In this way, as the force we are applying the wire is being increased, then we can find the extension. Means here we are representing that the deforming force applied on the wire is variable. Since the force is variable, we are going to represent the work in this case in the form of integration, and the expression is represented as W is equal to integration of F dot ds, nothing but change in the extension dE, F dot dE. So in order to represent this, here we are going to consider the work done by considering a small extension. I am going to consider a little extension dE. In order to stretch the wire by dE, the amount of work done is represented as dW. By applying a deforming force F, then the work done is given as dW is equal to F dot dE. Now, in order to represent the extension E, we have to integrate this equation by using this variable force. Integration of dW equals to integration of F dot dE. Integration of dW is nothing but integration of dx is x, so we can represent it as W, nothing but work done, net work done in order to extend the wire by E, where F equals Y A E by L. So in the place of F, we are going to substitute this expression. Then observe that Y A E by L into dE. Now we have to represent the limits. Observe that here the extension has been done from 0 to, initially it is at origin, to E. Then the work done is given as 0 to E, Y A E by L into D. Here we had represented the extension along the lengthwise. So this Young's modulus area as well as the initial length are constant. So we are bringing them outside. Then the expression is represented as Y A by L into integration of 0 to E, E into dE. And here we know that the integration of x to the power of n dx is equals to x to the power of n plus 1 by n plus 1. Here observe that power of E is 1. In the place of n we will substitute 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 by 2, nothing but E square by 2. Then the integration is represented as Y A by L into E square by 2. This work done expression is simplified as W is equals to 1 by 2 into Y A by L into E square. Now we have to represent this expression in terms of force applied on the wire to deform its shape as well as extension, where observe that F is equals to Y A E by L. So just bring one E towards this side, then work done is represented as 1 by 2. Y A E by L is nothing but F into E. Work done can be represented as half into deforming force into extension. This work done is stored in the form of potential energy. So this work done is represented with the potential energy U, where U is equals to 1 by 2 Fe. Now let us simplify this expression in terms of stress and strain, where stress is equals to force acting per unit area and strain is nothing but change in the dimension by original dimension. And from this expression, stress is equals to Young's modulus into strain. So once again consider this expression, U is equals to 1 by 2 into Ya by L into E square. I'm going to multiply and divide with length L by L. As we cancel, again we will get the same expression. Sure, just simplify this expression. 1 by 2 into Ya into L E square by L square, where Y is Young's modulus. Area into length, nothing but volume. So here the expression can be represented as 1 by 2 into Y into volume into. After that, change in the dimension by original dimension is nothing but strain. So since here we have E by L whole square, we can represent it as a strain square. Now we can represent potential energy per unit volume. Then potential energy per unit volume is given as 1 by 2. Volume by volume gets cancelled. So here we have 1 by 2 into Y into strain square. Similarly, potential energy per unit volume can be represented in terms of stress and strain. Here, Young's modulus is equals to stress by strain. So, one strain gets cancelled. Then, potential energy per unit volume U by V is equals to 1 by 2 into stress into strain. So this is the expression for elastic potential energy of a wire. Take a screenshot, we'll continue. Now we are going to represent the elastic potential energy of a spring. Whereas a force acting in the case of a spring to deform its shape is represented as a F suffix E, whereas a deforming constant is represented with a K, whereas F is equals to K into E extension. Similarly, if we consider a wire which is being deformed by applying the force, then force F suffix C is equals to Y A E by L. As you compare these two forces, both are deforming forces itself. Now we are going to compare both. Then K is equals to Y A by L in terms of Young's modulus. Based on this expression, now we are going to represent the energy stored in the spring. Energy stored in the spring is represented as E is equal to 1 by 2K E square, where K equals Ya by L. Then 1 by 2 into Ya by L into E square, where E is extension of the spring. Here I am going to multiply and divide with length again. Again the expression can be modified as 1 by 2 into ya into L into E square by L square, L into L square. Change in the dimensions, extension by original length, nothing but strain. Then energy is represented as 1 by 2 Young's modulus into volume into strain square. Strain square. Here energy per unit volume can be represented as E by V is equals to 1 by 2 into Young's modulus. Volume by volume gets cancelled. So here we get a strain square, where we know that Young's modulus Y is equals to stress by strain. As we substitute Y is equals to stress by strain, after that one strain gets cancelled. E by V is equals to 1 by 2 into stress by strain into strain square. Then energy per unit volume is equals to 1 by 2 into stress into strain. In the previous case, for a wire, here we had a represented energy per unit volume is equals to potential energy per unit volume equals to 1 by 2 into stress into strain. In the same way, for a spring, here we had a represented energy per unit volume as 1 by 2 into stress into strain. So in the both cases, here energy is same and it is being represented based on stress and strain. Take a screenshot, we'll continue. Let's solve a numerical based on this energy stored in the wire. Observe the problem. Calculate the work done in stretching the wire of length 3 meters. Here length of the wire is 3 meters and cross sectional area is A is equals to 4 millimeters square. Now we have to change it into meter square, and we know that 1 millimeter is equals to 10 to the power of minus 3 meter. Since we square this expression, here we get 4 into 10 to the power of minus 6 meter square. When it is suspended vertically and a load of 8 kg is attached to the lower end, here the wire is being attached with a mass of 8 kg to the lower end, and after that Young's modulus is represented as Y is equals to 1.2 into 10 to the power of 11 Newton per meter square. So here I am going to consider a wire whose upper end is fixed to rigid support, whereas lower end is attached with 8 kgs, like this. means force due to this weight will be acting in the downward direction, and it is represented as F equals to mg, where m is mass of the block and g is acceleration due to gravity. And here we consider this acceleration due to gravity as 10 meter per second square. As the weight is being applied, deforming force acts on the wire and the wire will extend. Now here we have to represent this extension. Y is equals to FL by AE. From this, here E is equals to FL by AY, where F is force, nothing but mg, L is length of the wire, as well as A is cross-sectional area, Y is Young's modulus of the wire. So here we have to represent the work done, but we know that work done is equals 1 by 2 Fe, where F is the force. As we substitute the value of extension in this expression, then work done can be represented as 1 by 2 into F into FL by AY. F into F is F square, then after that 1 by 2 F square L by AY, where F equals to mg. So in the place of F we substitute mg, then expression can be represented as 1 by 2 mg whole square L by AY. As we substitute all these values, m is 8 into g is 10 whole square into L is 3 meters by cross-sectional area is 4 into 10 to the power of minus 6 into Young's modulus is 1.2 into 10 to the power of 11. Sure, 8 square is nothing but 64 into 10 square into 3 by 1.2 into 4, nothing but 4.8. Other that bases are same, so powers can be added. 10 to the power of 11 minus 6, nothing but 10 to the power of 5. 10 to the power of 5. Here 10 square gets cancelled, so here we have 3. Then expression can be represented as 64 into 3 by 4.8 can be represented as 48 into, here we have 10 cube. Since we brought 1 10 towards this side, it can be represented as 10 square. We know that 8 8 is 64, 8 6 48, 3 1s are 3, 3 2s are 6, next 2 2s are 4. Still here we have 1 by 2 into 2. So this 2 gets cancelled, and so here we have 2. Then work done is represented as 2 into 10 to the power of minus 2. Why? Because in the denominator we have 10 square. As we bring towards the numerator, it becomes negative, since it is a positive in a denominator. Or we can also represent it as 0.02 joule. So the option is A. Take a screenshot, we will continue. Observe the next problem. A metal wire of length L and cross-sectional area A has mass M. It is stretched by an amount A by a load capital M. If the wire breaks at the point of suspension, due to the load. Then find the rise in temperature of the wire. Here we have to represent the increase in temperature of the wire due to this strain energy, where we know that strain energy is represented based on work done. Work done is equal to 1 by 2 Fe, where F is nothing but deforming force acting on the wire in order to deform its shape. So here deforming force is applied based on weight capital M in the downward direction. Since the wire breaks at this location, here this strain energy present within the wire is emitted in the form of heat. So this strain energy is equals to ms into delta T. Since it is liberated in the form of heat, this strain energy, where F is nothing but mg. As we substitute here, we get 1 by 2 into capital M G into E is equals to small m into s into delta T. Here we have to represent the expression for delta T. Then delta T is equals to capital M G E by small m into s, where s is specific heat of the wire. Take a screenshot. We will continue. Observe the next problem. A stone of mass small m is projected from a rubber catapult of length L and cross-sectional area A stretched by an amount E. If Y be the Young's modulus of rubber, then find the velocity of projection of a stone. So here we are going to consider just like this rubber. Here I am going to put this cap. Now I am going to consider it as a stone. So here I am extending this. After that, as I drag and blew this, the stone has moved with a velocity v. Means the strain energy gained by the stone is emitted, or the stone has moved with a kinetic energy, where strain energy is represented as 1 by 2 Fe. 1 by 2 Fe, where Y is equal to FL by A. From this expression, F is equal to YAE by L. So in the place of F, we can substitute YAE by L. As we substitute, then strain energy can be represented as 1 by 2 YA by L into E, nothing but E square. This strain energy is equal to kinetic energy, where kinetic energy is represented as half mv square. Then as we equate both the expressions, observe that half mv square is equal to half ya by L into E square, L by E square into E square. So here half gets cancelled on both sides, then v square is equal to Ya by ml into E square. Here we have to represent velocity. Then v is equal to square root of Ya by ml into E square. So this represents a velocity of the stone. Take a screenshot. Please give a like to this video, share this video to our friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.